Hi, Yohan. Would you be kind enough to let us know what inspired you to do the climbing and to go to Mount Everest and all that?
Yeah. So, climbing actually, it was supposed to dream of mine from my small days. But climbing is something that I used to do from my smaller days. I used to go with my father. It was my father who actually is still this interested in me. He used to take me and was a kid. At Civil Signing, used to find new places to go to, used to go to different places. And that's how this whole thing got into me. And once I sort of got out of school,
Was that, mainly done here in Sri Lanka?
everything they did was in Sri Lanka. But as after I left school, then I thought I need to start take this. I need to explore a little bit more. I need to go, to other places and explore new places. So I started traveling around Middle Asia and other areas around Tosa, and started climbing mountains around there in doing hikes and trekking and that whole thing. And then, of course, in 2010, I got together with a group here who was going to this to Everest base there. And then I, of course, decided to go to base camp. And once I went to base camp, then it was amazing. Uh, Even at that time, I did had the intention of going to climb Mount Everest. But in 2012, I went back to climb the ice mountain in the Himalayas or island peak. And once we did that, then I decided we need to go back to Everest. And
Excuse me, have you had any kind of training before this climbing started?
so
Oh,
these climbs that we do now, even at Island Peak when we went to the Himalayas, that was a part of our training as well. There is a button butlery, so we had to then do ice climbing techniques, rope techniques, and all that takes you had to learn. And we are trained as we go along. And then, of course, did a bit of that. Then I went back to Kilimanjaro. I climbed Kilimanjaro as part of what I Kanatis. And it was 2016, I mean, climbed Everest.
can I interrupt you a little bit about this Himalayan climbing? Uh, have you ever had any encounter with any Brahmin people, a meditating people?
So actually, that happens in different area. There are the forest and all that. So we don't go into the forest. There are certain paths that we go, and we have a set track that we go on. But when you go into the mountains, in the certain parts of the mountains, there are places where you would go and you would find these gishis and if like the meditating that we're going into complete meditation. So you do find them there, but I haven't come across them. But of course, we fast a lot of Milketan centers and all a space. And we disturb then we even go and take up in their pujas. That is a tradition that we do when for the client. You believe in or they believe the Shapas, they all Buddhists, and they all believe that the gods live in the mountains and we have to partake in their ceremony to actually get permission from their boss to go up there. So it's a whole ritual that you follow and we become a part of it also, and I can really respect that. Yes, follow that beauty over there. So it's very interesting. It's just not for the kind, it's about meeting the people, the culture, following the traditions, and becoming one with them before you actually take on the challenge. That's one of the way to
And from your experience and what you have seen, what kind of life do this spend in the Himalayan? Is it do they have from what I hear now they have even Wi-Fi in the Himalayas?
Yes, they do. So the Sherpa community was community that has come down in history, and this has been a tradition of theirs. They do this for a living, and 2, 3 generations they guide people on the mountains. The rest of the time, they do a lot of agriculture and farming and that side of it. But during the season, they are guides that take you up, and they're the ones who help you up and get to the top and guide you right through the whole journey. Uh, Yes, so they actually now the place has changed, which is developed a lot. There's Wi-Fi there in those areas, but still it has its remoteness and it has its own character to the place. So I really very interested. So there are people, meet the villagers, those are the villagers, and be a part, be one with them, so that they learn about that and their traditions as well.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much for telling us your story and how inspiration got you into doing these things. And I think it's so marvelous of you and people who do this to have such a lot of courage to do it. You need a lot of courage, I guess. I don't think I'll be able to do it, although I would like to do. I don't think my body has strength enough.
You got
Yeah.
courage, of course, but you also got to have the willpower and the determination. Yeah, you have to be really determined because it's very easy to give up. We always say that taking on a challenge like this, you really have to get mental strength more than a physical strength. Physical strength.
Yeah, yeah, yes. But
Mentally, you got to be strong as well. And I think if you really make up your mind, of course, and say to the kicks and we have to run us when you're chasing after our dreams, you come across so many obstacles and so many challenges that we'll face. One of the main things is time. All of us make excuses and say we had no time. But if you want to achieve something, if you have a goal set upon this, I think the main thing is finding the time, making the commitment to do it, and the determination. He certainly will be able to achieve your goals.
yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yohan. I have to